that this movie really paid way for it, saying like, hey, we want to honor what came before, but we also want to do our own thing, and that was fantastic. I really, really like a lot of the music that they did in here, and it was really action-packed, and I really liked that about this movie, that there were scenes like, yes, you have the musical numbers, and then you have the awesome set pieces, and the costumes were fantastic. Like, there were scenes in this part where I was like, oh my god, I love their costumes. Like, it was like the details and everything, and then they got into the action-packed part of it, and I really liked the cast that was in here. I think that everybody kind of played off each other very well.
Conflict. There's far more conflict and antagonists in this film than what we saw in the first Mary Poppins, which I did appreciate it. They added more depth in terms of the trouble that's a brewing inside this story. However, there were moments though where when this movie is playing out, I kind of checked out. And especially like the whole Meryl Streep character, Topsy, for me, I just kind of checked out of that whole scene. But at the same time, they did, like you said, homage and amazing moments. Now, I don't expect them to go and play all the songs from the first one, but they did delight me in how they incorporated them into this film. Very subtle, and there, like, my heartstrings started getting pulled again when those very subtle moments were placed in this movie. I wish there would have been a little bit more with Jane and Michael. Obviously, this movie is more about the kids in this one, even though Mary Poppins does say, I'm here to help the Banks children. Oh, yes, you too. It's like she's there to help Jane and Michael. The kids are a happy side effect.
But the thing is that she does it through the kids.
Correct. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, like, I just felt like we didn't get that much of Jane and Michael. But again, that's because I have such a connection to those characters. I want to, you know, go on the venture with them. I want to leave the kids at home and then, like, let's go with Jane and Michael instead, which is silly. But at the same time, it's like just how I felt. But having Lin-Manuel Miranda there doing his thing with Mary Poppins, and having Emily Blunt take over this character, which we've seen certain characters in the past get reprised by another actor, the Pink Panther, and it just falls flat. It doesn't work. I know they want to bring their own thing to it, but it doesn't work. This one worked very well.
Yeah, I think that Emily really did bring a sense of she felt like Mary Poppins, like
right.
You've never left before, but at the same time she was new and fresh, and I really like her take as Mary Poppins and everything that they did throughout this whole movie. And some of the gestures and like facial expressions that Emily did was just like, that I feel like that's something that Mary Poppins would do.
Of course.
So it was really fun to see her kind of take on that role, and I really like her interaction with all the characters in this movie as well. I do have to say, like you said before, some of the parts, like, I think the only part for me really was the whole Meryl Streep part, and I think that they were trying to be like, oh, let's see if we can get another version of the uncle, and when they're laughing and everything, and they're like, don't stop laughing, but it's like
we love to laugh.
Yeah, so I felt
Albert.
I feel like with that whole part with Meryl Streep, they're like, what can we do that's different, but it's kind of the same, and I was like, okay, well, maybe they they should have gone maybe somewhere else with that.
Yeah, they're like, it's Meryl Streep, we're going to put her in here. So kind of took me out of the movie a little. Another thing that took me out is clearly, as we have said before, and we said it in our Better Late Than Never episode of the first Mary Poppins, is that the lamplighter scene is what I was looking most forward to. And they did it more on a Broadway show type level. It felt like you're watching a Broadway show when that whole scene is coming down. And there's one part that kind of took me out of it because it felt more like Better Off Dead with the $2 paper delivery boys versus the lamplighters, and they're doing some crazy like X Games kind of stuff there, which I didn't like it. But the songs, for me, the number one song in this movie is The Cover Is Not the Book. I love that whole world and scene and musical aspect to it. I thought they did a fantastic job, and how it's very much a prelude to what's to come in the film itself.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the musical numbers, and especially when they go and do all the magical things that Mary Poppins can do. That was fantastic, and I love that there are certain characters that they kind of bring to life.
Right.
And this one that they they never really brought a fourth before, so it was really cool to kind of see that too, and it was very Disney.
And there's some actors as well in this movie, not connected to the first Mary Poppins, that are here that I didn't know were in it, and I was actually pleasantly surprised to see them on screen in this movie. And they're just kind of sub-characters that are not very much at the forefront, but the actors that play them are great.
And I also love the very ending song that they do at the very end. It was magical.
I still love Let's Go Fly a Kite. So, either way, what did you guys think? If you saw it, let us know in the comments below. If you didn't, go check it out and then tell us what you thought.
But wait, I would rate this movie a 4.5 out of 5.
That's, me, I would say a 4.0 out of 5. So either way, thank you guys so much, and as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over.
Bye.
Bye.